So how do you actually build self-esteem? What kind of methods are there to gain self-acceptance and to build self-confidence and self-reliance? Hi, this is Paul with Transparent Personal Growth, and today I'm going to finish up my video series on self-acceptance and completeness by sharing with you the methods and exercises that I used to get to where I am now on my journey of self-acceptance and building a healthy sense of self-esteem. So let's get started right away. The biggest step and the most fundamental step is to just start becoming aware of the problem. You can't really do anything about it until you know it's there. For me, it was even difficult for me to realize and to pay attention to the fact that I have a problem when it comes to criticizing myself and not accepting myself and not loving myself when I make a mistake, or many other times besides that. The biggest step is to improve your awareness of your lack of self-acceptance. This is, for example, say you dropped a plate on the floor and it goes and your automatic reaction, without even thinking about it, is to put yourself down. Something like this. How could you be so stupid? You suck! This is all happening in your head. Sometimes it comes out in words, but it'll continue on. Oh my gosh, fuck you, Paul. You made a mistake. Ugh, I can't believe you're so... I can't even describe it. You made a mistake, etc. You are a mistake, etc., etc., etc. Now, at this point, instead of taking action, what you're actually going to do is simply become directly aware of what's happening for you. This will help you build an understanding of what this problem actually is. I can sit up here and talk for days about how I see this, but until you actually experience it for yourself, fully aware of what's going on, I can't help you. I can't convince you that you have this issue with self-acceptance. You're the only one that can do that, and you're the only one that can make change in your life once you realize that. So this is the first step. As you become more aware of this, it will show you to the degree of which you are suffering from a lack of self-acceptance, a lack of self-love, a lack of self-worth. You don't feel like you're worth anything. That hurts. And until you start to become aware of it, you don't actually see how deep the problem is. You don't see how far this tunnel goes. Now, the first, I don't want to say tactic, but method that you can use is affirmations. I'm not going to go into depth of what that means. Essentially, you're just speaking over yourself positively to impact the way you think. But I'm not going to go into depth here. I might make a video about it later. But for now, I want to start off by giving credit to Leo Gura from actualized.org. He's got some great videos on literally hundreds of different topics to help with self-actualization, consciousness work, developing yourself, building a great life, finances, money, relationships, all that great stuff. And this powerful technique is really designed to boost your self-love, your self-acceptance. And it's something you can do right now. And that's actually what I want you to do. After I explain what to do, you're going to pause this video, and I'll tell you when, and you're going to do exactly what I say. So you're going to go to the bathroom, you're going to look in the mirror, or if you have a mirror in your room, you're going to look at that, and you're going to get really close, like this close. And you're going to look at yourself in the eyes and repeat this to yourself 20 times. I love and accept you exactly as you are. I love and accept you exactly as you are. I love and accept you exactly as you are. And you're going to say that 20 times, and you're going to come back when you're done and continue watching the video. Ready? Go. Alright, welcome back. I hope you did that exercise. It can be very powerful. So, notice as you did this, was that difficult for you? As you got in the bathroom or started looking at the mirror and you're going to do this, did you pause? Did you hesitate? It's okay. Why did you do that? Do you know why? Did you have an internal dialogue as it was happening? So you might say, I love and accept you exactly as you are, and then your internal dialogue goes like, no I don't, you suck, you're not good enough to be loved and accepted. That's how it was for me when I started, so I understand completely. I totally understand where you're coming from. what you're going to do is you're just going to become aware of this. There's no need to judge it. That just makes the problem worse. It's like throwing gasoline on a bonfire. Like, it's not going to help. It helps you to see the bigger picture. Even the negative response you have to it helps you see how deep this problem is. What's actually going on up here. What's actually going on behind the scenes. Now, the next method is, I'm going to break it up into two. So this is basically positive input. Now, this can come from people, this can come from people you know, or it can come from books, or seminars, or YouTube, or literally wherever. Now, the first one is personal, so this would be relationships with people that you know. This would be like family, friends, mom and dad, siblings, mentors, the list goes on and on. Now, for me, I'm grateful because my parents are, wow, I can't even describe how actually amazing they are. I mean, they have their own problems. I mean, so do I, so do we all, but they are great people and they want the best for me and they're very positive to me when my negative state is not positive to me. They've been instrumental in my growth. Always a positive voice in my life. And I've also had mentors in my life. The season before where I am right now, I had mentors in my life that were willing to be with me in those hard times when I was beating myself up. And what it all boils down to is communicating where you are to someone that you care about and that you value, and allowing them to add perspective to the situation. For example, say I make a mistake. Specifically, say that I break a promise I made to myself that I'm going to break this habit of masturbating, right? So, oh no, I relapsed, blah, 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 blah. My negative chatter's going on, it hurts, it's painful, I'm hurting myself by being negative to myself. And if I communicate this, and this actually has happened, I've communicated this to my mom, like, I'm going through this right now, I don't know what to do, and she just said a few words, and it helped me understand, like, oh, I'm making this a lot worse by beating myself up. Because what's happening is, I got stuck on this negative thought pattern, I just got locked being mad at myself. And it's hard to be happy, it's hard to enjoy life when you're mad at yourself. Have you noticed that? I've noticed that. It's not fun. It does not end well. Unless you have a way to break out of it, which is where positive input through personal relationships becomes so powerful. Now, the next component of this is positive information. So this could be books, this could be seminars, YouTube, podcasts, etc., whatever. Both of these components are very powerful, but I will say that the most powerful breakthrough I've ever had on my journey of self-acceptance and growth has come from a guided visualization that guy I mentioned, Leo Gura, did with me. I mean, it was a YouTube video, so not quite, but it was awesome. Blew my mind open to the possibility that I'm complete on my own. I don't need anybody. I am all that I need. That's a big insight to have, especially when I've suffered with that my entire life. This visualization simply went back in time with me through my memories and objectively observed a situation that happened when I was 3 or 4, I don't remember, and looked for the lesson instead of what I actually got from it, what I missed as a child. This was very powerful. This helped me out a ton. A book that I would advise is The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. This is like the self-esteem Bible. You go in there, you're going to learn so much about self-acceptance, self-reliance, self-worth, and basically self-esteem. And he's got exercises in there that can help you out a ton. It's great. I would very much highly recommend that. And last of all, check out actualized.org. It's a great website with literally over 300 hours of personal development material covering a wide range of topics, from relationships to meditation to enlightenment to consciousness work to personal development to finances to business to health to self-esteem. And I would advise you to look up self-love or self-esteem and find what he has to say, because he's done even more research than I have, and it can assist you in ways that I may never be able to yet. So check that out. I would really advise it. It has potential to help you a ton. Now, the last method that I'm going to give you is what I do most. This is what I do most of the time if I am working on my self-acceptance, and it's very simple. So after you've gotten past this first stage where you start to understand what's going on, through awareness, through some practices, through maybe reading a book or watching some videos, now what you do is when you have a negative experience, what you might perceive as a negative experience, like you make a mistake, say you crash your car, okay? That would seem pretty negative to you, to yourself. That would not be fun. Now, it's going to be difficult, but as you experience that, or once you like live through that, you're like looking at your car, and you're like, oh my gosh, and your thinking might start to go to the negative. You start thinking like, oh my god, I just crashed a car. I suck. Whoa, like you're just going off the rails. Now what you do is remind yourself of the truth. What is that? I'm alive. I'm okay. I lived. I made a mistake, yes, but I'm still okay. I might have made a mistake, but that does not mean I am a mistake. I am the same as I was before I crashed the car. I love myself just as much as I did before I crashed the car. I still love me. I still accept myself. Do you see what we're doing here? We're consciously rewording the response to the situation. So what does this do? What do all of these do to help you? Essentially what all these will do is retrain your mind to start to see these situations as ways to build yourself up instead of the opposite. Remember, every mistake with the right perspective becomes an opportunity to exercise self-acceptance.